Seattle. Not feeling my best. Not feeling my best. I have been narcoleptic. Narcoleptic for the past week that I've been here in Seattle. I don't know what's going on with me. Like, I'm trying to eat. I try. I don't really keep anything down. But I've just been passing out a lot lately, just completely out. To the point where I'm pretty sure I'm just drooling. So I'm gonna go find out what's going on, keep it short, keep it simple. I'm gonna, you know, seek some help with that. As usual, I had a stressful day. I'm not gonna go into everything, but a lot of PTSD triggers, a lot of, we were going this way, but look, we played a fast one on you. And I don't mind because, it is what it is, but I almost want to ask sometimes, America, like, what do you really want? I mean, do you ever want to be happy, or do you just like having people miserable? Because I don't think of myself as a revolutionary by the fathers. I'm more of a traditionalist. I'm just trying to explain to people that you're being robbed every single chance you get. Mostly because of selfishness, and the idea of charity is just lost on people. The idea of sharing a meal in public and sharing a meal with strangers is foreign. But you know what should be foreign? Being poor. Because how can you be poor and the person next to you is poor too? How? Because if you put your resources together, now that's not socialism, that's just common sense. But if you do, grab a guy here, a girl there, and say, dude, you want to fucking order a pizza? I'm really into pizza. And you reduce the cost. You reduce the cost by what? Half? Civil partnerships. I'm going to do a whole lecture series on civil partnerships. This idea that we've just been bamboozled for all our lives due to mostly film and television, that if you want a real union, you choose marriage. No, you want a real union, you get your bodies together and say, I'm going to draft up a contract if I'm going to order anything, off a menu or go into a business with you. That's a civil partnership. Yeah, it seems like, that's for people who are doing serious business, but if you don't take your own finances seriously, if you don't seek help early, America just fucking grabs your wallet and it just runs with it. Every time you spend your money in a restaurant, every time you go for something super fucking fancy, the newest technology, I just want you to remember that you always have a choice. You have a choice of buying things that matter: food, water, shelter. And sometimes it's not even a choice of buying it, it's a choice of enjoying it. I worry about the wealth and the health of my nation because, hey, I live around these people, and if they're malnourished, if they're unhappy, that bleeds into how they behave in society. Half of the reason why people are upset today, I went by the food kitchen shelter referral thing, and you wouldn't be surprised of how many people were denied entry, but they were denied entry because they were upset and hungry, and this was the only place that they thought that they could get food, knowing fully well that there are places all across this entire city where you can get food. But instead of approaching it with, I know you're angry, could you maybe eat something, think about what you said, apologize and everything, it's this attitude of, you just spoke back to me. How dare you, you peasant, speak back to me because I have food in here and I have not given it to you yet. And that's the kind of attitude that, Seattle Care came to this place. And the guy is well within his reason to say no, well within his reason. But there's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way to do things. And I wish America would see that if you cared, if you just took the 2 seconds, doesn't cost you anything to care about the other person that you speak to sometimes, maybe you'd see a different result. Especially if you have your life together, take some solace in that before you denigrate a poor homeless person who is upset because they don't have their lives together and they're starving because they can't get the benefits that everyone else seems to because they're so dysfunctional. I speak from personal experience because, I haven't really been eating. So, at the behest of the people around me, because I don't eat, I'm going to go to see a doctor about this and maybe get some help because I've just been sad really. I think it's more psychosomatic than anything, but I have had like a bit of a stomach pain thing, and I'm not going to go into like the whole thing of it because that's like super fucking personal and gross. So I'm going to go deal with that. As always, try to be kind to each other. I know I have my PTSD and, Seattle / West Coast overlords have always been, I know you're enjoying whatever you're enjoying. You're enjoying food right now. Can we just have like a woman sit next to you for 2 seconds, surrounded by people and cameras, so that you could maybe have proof that this woman wasn't inclined to rape you or sexually assault you or sexually harass you and would most likely just completely ignore you because you're a stranger? Could you maybe let that happen? So you would have that as a memory to stack against the maybe 1 or 2 times a woman sexually assaulted or sent you to a hospital because of sexual abuse. Could you maybe do that? Because it seems really fucking petty. And I love how these West Coast people have this kind of attitude of, I know you were sexually assaulted, but could you just get over that? No, you don't get over sexual assault. You don't get over sexual abuse. What you do is you qualify certain situations and you say, does this person have everything to lose or do they have nothing to lose? As I've reiterated several times, I'm not exactly in the acting business. I'm not a movie star or a huge musician or whatever. But if I sat next to Dua Lipa or Reese Witherspoon, I expect a conversation. If I sit next to some random person on a bus, I expect to be sexually assaulted because that is what is in their wheelhouse. I could be completely wrong, but I will never be wrong about something like Dua Lipa or Reese Witherspoon. I think that my chances of ever being attacked by them, unprovoked obviously, and whatever, are very slim. And maybe that's just naivete because I don't know these people personally. But I think that if you come from that kind of income bracket, when you come with that kind of success, you're not going to give it up for someone as ugly and talentless as me. But some rando person on a bus, they did. They didn't care. They didn't care if I called the police. They didn't care if I screamed. They didn't care about anything. And when America sat there just like Emma Rose and did nothing while I'm being sexually assaulted, it just reminds me of you're not my friends, you're not my family, you're strangers. And also you're people that I pity. So I will do whatever I can to try and save you from the miserable lives that you have that cause you to be such bastards to innocent people. My name is Ian Leona. I'm an environmentalist, a human rights activist. I'm a mutant, a werewolf. I'm a veteran with PTSD from military sexual trauma, and I'm not getting any better. I hope to see you on the next podcast. I'm going to deal with this small health issue that I'm going to deal with, and hopefully I will be on tomorrow to discuss my new lecture series, Seattle 2.0, Upgrading Your City, Community Involvement and Public Health. Is going to be a huge thing. It covers everything from, like I said, civil partnerships to nutrition, public health programs, and basically wealth management, because you need to keep your money in your wallet. If you shell out your money for things that you could be getting for free and that your government can do for you, then that's a larger discussion that requires more than one participant. So I hope that you will join me. I've made provisos to, I don't know how to say that word. I'm terrible at it. Okay, I made a request to have some room available for me. So if you'd like to attend in person, you can. If not, it'll be available on my Twitch and YouTube channel, and I will stream the lesson of the day. I hope to see you on the next podcast. Kisses. Love you. Bye-bye.